All right, boys, I think it's fairly safe to say one of the best parts of college football 26 has to do with the training rerolls, especially as somebody who plays both Madden and CFB Ultimate Team. The training packs in this game are definitely a highlight, and with the training rerolls being ultimately a selling point of the game, being able to pull LTDs out of training packs, I mean, fellas, it is one of the cooler things we have. It does drive the question up often of how do I get cheap training? What's the best way to get training? Is training even worth it? And that is exactly what we're going to talk about today. Before we hop into anything brand new, we do have a few quick small things we do need to go over. First things first, we are currently on the road to 2,000 subscribers. If you guys are new to the channel and you do enjoy daily college football Ultimate Team content, I feel like you already know what to do. Get on there, drop a like on this video if you have not already. And now that we got that all out of the way, let's talk about the best and cheapest way to get training in college football 26. I want to give a massive shout out to cfb.fan. If you are not utilizing this resource, I do not know what to tell you. You need to be. Those who play Madden Ultimate Team, this is essentially mutt.gg, but for college football. It has basically everything you could possibly want. The tool we are going to be using today is going to be the pricing dashboard. By the way, been asked this a few times, but every single thing on this website is free for the most part. Everything we're going to use, 100% free. You might get some ads, but it is what it is. Pricing dashboard does have a few different things going on it. We have the average training price you can filter down by your console. I am an Xbox user, so I'm going to have it set to Xbox, but you can switch it over to PlayStation. You can see right now they're basically identical. You can see the price per training for 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, and all times, and you can see how the price per training has gone down since the day this game has been released. We also have the daily top sellers, the daily top gainers, as well as the daily top decliners. These are cool, but not something we are going to be utilizing today. What we will be focusing in on is going to be the cheapest training buy overall. You need to purchase it at the cheapest price possible. When it comes to this dashboard, though, right here, it is broken down by a few different things. We have the overall, the training ratio, the quick sell value, as well as the target price to pay for these players. When it comes to the best training as of today, and I will say the price per training does go up or down. Some days it's 79, some days it's 81s. I highly recommend if you are going to start buying training, go on the dashboard, make sure it is the best overall, the best price. This is an active dashboard. It changes as the marketplace does change on CFB. I will make sure to pin this link down below in the comment section so you guys can go on here, make sure you are utilizing this before you go and buy training. Just want to say this because, again, 79s have not always been the best training. But right now, as of this very moment, buying 79s for 4,422 is the best training ratio. You buy the players for about 4,000 coins, you quick sell them for 121 training, and your training ratio is 36.55. For those who are confused on what a training ratio is, it's for every coin you spend. So 1 coin, how many training points are you getting out of it? An example I always like to use, endgame Madden Ultimate Team. We all know how that market ends up looking. The training ratio is in the 0.02s. Right now, we are in the 36s. You go and you look on the exact same dashboard for Madden Ultimate Team. The cheapest training is like 155. 36 is the lowest I have seen it so far in CFB, and we can scroll up here and actually see that it is one of the lowest we have had. On August 9th, we got down to 34, but then it spiked back up, and it's been 36 pretty consistently throughout the month of August. Training prices always get cheaper the later we get into the year. Don't expect this to stay the same. Again, just like I said, make sure you actually check the dashboard before you go in and buy your training. For the purposes of today's video, we're going to say that 79s are the best training to buy. So even though 79s are technically the best training to buy, you are going to have to buy a ton of 79s if you want to go and open up one of the college kickoff rerolls or the alumni rerolls. Don't mind buying 83s and 81s for 20 and 9,800 coins if you are somebody who doesn't have the most time in the world. Even buying the 80s, anything below 40 right now in my eyes is actually a pretty solid price to pay, especially again if you don't want to sit there and buy 79s. You have to essentially buy 4.5 79s to make it up to the amount of training buying 183 would be. Obviously, the best training is 79s, but the most efficient training is going to be 83s. Now that we have that knowledge and we know what the best price to pay is for training, we can take that and we can go over to the auction house. Now, I am going to use the 79s for about 4,400 as the best training to be buying. So I'm going to take this and I am going to filter down. For me, filtering down, there are a few different ways you can go about it. I will personally filter down first by all offense, and then I will go over here and filter down by 75s and 79s. And then from there, I will turn the buy now price to the newest, so you are seeing the newestly listed cards first. And then the last thing I will do when it comes to filtering is I'm actually going to filter down through conference. And by doing this, you are going to consistently see the newest cards listed that fall under your criteria. You can also sort by all defense. I will go through and do that after I get through all of these conferences. And this is what you're going to have to do to find a cheap training. You can go through and scroll through a few times if this is your first time doing it. Like I said, I don't love buying 79s just because you have to buy so many more 79s to make it worth your time. But if you have the time, this is the best training right now. As we get later into the year, buying golds for training will not be the method. It'll actually turn to most likely buying like 84s and 85s. But as of right now, this is the cheapest training. Right there, you guys can see we found a 79 overall tight end, Tanner Arkin, for about 4,500 coins. And for what I'm looking for right now, that's actually not a bad price to pay. And we're just going to keep going through, and we're going to keep trying to find the cheapest training buy overall. Right here, I see another 79 for 5K, paying a little bit over to get the training. But I'm only doing that if I'm buying 80s, 81s, 82s. For 79s, if I'm, filtering down and sniping 79s for training at their cheapest price, because I'm already trying to find pretty cheap cards as it is. Right here, we have a 79 for 4,800. I am going to pull the trigger on this for the purposes of today's video, but just so you guys know, we're really looking for 4,400. And I think at this point, you kind of get the gist. Now, like I said, you can also filter down by all defense, and that is exactly what I'm going to do right here. And then you do the exact same methodology of filtering down by all the conferences and seeing what 79s you can find. Right there, we have 4,800. You're going to tell it's not that hard to find the 79s, especially in the price range of 4,400 to 5,000 coins. But the cheaper you buy the training, the more coins you are going to actually make. So I always advise you guys to remain patient, especially if you have the time. Just to show that this method actually works, we are going to filter down now by 82s and 83s and see if we can find some 83s for about 20,000 coins. And by doing this, we'll actually get a pretty good training ratio, but also get 5 times the amount of training. Right there, I see an 83 for 21,000 coins. Not a terrible buy, but again, we're really looking for 20,000 coins and cheaper. I'm pretty sure it's like 20,700 coins, but anything under 21, I am pulling the trigger on. But again, I don't have the most patience in the world when it comes to sniping. I'm sure a lot of you guys are better than me. And this is basically how you guys are going to get cheap training to open up all of those really, really good training rerolls. The more you do this, the more confident you'll be with it, the more, efficient you will be when it comes to buying training. You'll also just kind of have it off the top of your head, like what is actually a good price to pay. 21,000 coins isn't the worst thing in the world. I'm going to buy it right there just because I'm pretty sure I can flip him for a little bit more. So that's what I'm going to do right there. But you guys see as we go through, it's not supposed to be hard, but there are a few steps you need to take. With that all said, fellas, is how you're going to actually unlock cheap trading in College Football 26 Ultimate Team. If you guys did enjoy this video, go in there and drop a like. If you found it helpful, subscribe for more daily College Football Ultimate Team content videos. And have a great rest of your day. I love you guys as always, and have a great weekend. Peace. I'll get back here later.